this might just be the most high-maintenance dog breed out there in the Doberman. If you're thinking about getting one, you might want to think twice. Sure, they look like the ultimate guard dog, but living with one, that's a whole different story. These dogs don't just have energy, they are energy. If you're not constantly exercising them, they'll tear through your house, your yard, and probably your sanity. Imagine a dog that acts like it just drank 10 cups of coffee every morning. And their protective instincts? Great. Until they decide your best friend is a threat and start barking like they're in an action movie. They're loyal, but sometimes too loyal. You don't get to decide who's a danger. Your Doberman does. Oh, and don't even think about leaving them alone for too long. Dobermans are clingy as hell. If you're gone for a few hours, they'll chew through your furniture, your door, and maybe even your walls. You want a loyal companion.
For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Hawkeyes will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Nittany Lions offense takes the field to start this game off. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot early, often. And he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, and make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes. So it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
And they got him for the sack.
And that is priority #1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. All kinds of running room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Penn State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense has the ball for the first time. And who says you can't find big-time tight ends anymore? Both of these teams certainly have.
In modern college football, Reese, tight ends are becoming a bigger and bigger part of offenses. And what a treat today. We get 2 of the best in the nation.
Yeah, going head-to-head, catch for catch. I'll be interested to see which offense uses them differently and can find ways to maximize these guys' strengths because they're ballers.
The Hawkeyes will hustle to the line. They go to the ground. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Looking to scramble. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it. And they did just that.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll try to do it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's got his man. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Still looking on the move. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that just does that, man. Just effortlessly picks up chunks of yards and then smartly gets out of bounds. But this whole offense, man, everybody's a threat. Anybody can take the football and...
Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. You know, the way he's going has me churning through the old memory bank here for the single-game touchdown record at Penn State. You know who that was?
I have no idea.
Well, everyone knows it was Harry Robb. Went to the house 6 times in 1917. And he'll bring it back. And the returner will be dragged down. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, the inside give. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20. Hauls it in and looking upfield.
Returner brings it out to the 42. And your Penn State Nittany Lions will take over. 1st and 10.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Here's the handoff. And they pick... down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the 1st. Let's take a break and look at the 1st quarter stats. 1st down to start the drive after the break. The give to the back. Rams him with the stiff arm. Ran right through the... Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points. He's quite familiar with the end zone. His 75th career touchdown run.
You know, we're in the era in college football where there's a lot of running back by committee. This guy has been the bell cow. He's been the focal point of this offense. To stay healthy, to be consistent, and to reach that number is ridiculous.
Right, it just shows you how special he is, because you're right. They want to throw it all over the yard in today's college football, but they continue to give it to him because he continues to find the end zone, and again, for the 75th time.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 13 to USC. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. It's complete on the right side. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the 1st down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing on the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. Touchdown, Penn State! The special teams proving worthy of their name. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's right on target. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt. He's got great speed. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. The kickoff team is out there after that punt return for a touchdown. They'll try to pin him deep. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Iowa has the ball back on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And the Hawkeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 3rd. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. The Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. Now on the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
And the Hawkeyes pick up the first down.
I'll tell you, the running backs and the quarterbacks in this offense, they got to give a lot of their success running the football to this offensive line up front. They're getting tremendous push. It doesn't matter who has the football, who's keeping the football. You're just seeing...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for him. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
Looking to throw, it's Garrison. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Finds a man on the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Hawkeyes look to keep this drive humming. They'll put the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Got his man quickly. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. The lone back's got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jason. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Play number 10 on this series. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Swings it out to the flat. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
Quarterback on the keeper. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Hawkeyes are threatening in the red zone. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
It's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down.
1st and 10.
Line gets set, 1st down. The run to the left. At the 45 on his way. He's off to the races. Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got it! Goes upstairs!
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arizona State is just getting blown off the field right now. We've seen big games in Tempe over the years. I've personally never seen anything like this. They're trailing by 21 to TCU. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Still looking. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Now after the short completion, it's second down. Wants to throw. It's Garrison. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football is going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
To throw, it's Garrison. Fires the pass, intercepted. Bringing it back. The 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Penn State. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. Going to try to get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He finds a soft spot in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Garrison. He's got his man across the middle. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. On first down, here comes this offense. Here we go. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done...
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the third time today. Got room on the return. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Moves away as he feels pressure. Throws for the tight end. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. The expressway is wide open. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just...
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
Heat up them pass rushers, bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Fires on the move. It's complete. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. Trying to pound it in. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
And some people might say they should have taken a knee, run the clock out. This offense believes, I'm going to run the football. It's your job to stop it. And they add a rushing touchdown and another 6 to the scoreboard.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.